What does apologetics look like in Pakistan? Uh, it is my honor to bring onto the show Brother Amir from all the way across the globe. And we've recently been talking about our various ministries, my apologetics ministry here in the US, and all the wonderful things he's doing over there in Pakistan. And so I am looking forward to this conversation. We're going to talk about a wide range of issues and topics, and what does ministry look like, and how can we support Brother Amir in what he's doing? And we're going to dive into all of that. But Amir, thank you for your time. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you. Thank you, Ned. It's good to be with you, brother.
Absolutely. And I guess we'll start at the very beginning. If you don't mind, tell us a little
Mhm.
bit about your testimony, and then we'll ask a little bit about your family and your personal life. And so we'll start there. Tell us about your story.
So basically, I was born in a Catholic family. My family was Catholic, and we were living amongst the Muslim area, and it was kind of area there where all sorts of radical Islamists used to live, and we were one of the two, three families, Christian families, who were living in that area. And I was in my childhood, I was kind of a guy, kind of a child who used to always listen to what Islam is doing, and what the Islamic clerics are saying all the time. So I was kind of an 80% Muslim kind of a guy, because we were Catholics, and Catholics here in Pakistan. I don't know how Catholics are in the world right now, but in Pakistan, they're very weak in terms of explaining what they believe. So my parents, they're wonderful people. My mother, my father, and but they were Catholics, so they don't used to go to church. They were not kind of church oriented people. But my mother used to be very, very a religious lady. She used to pray in the evening. So I have uh, kind of idea what Christianity is and what we believe. While I was growing up, I felt uh, I told you I was kind of 80-90% Muslim, uh, because of my in Muslim area, and I had no Christian friends. I had no connection with the church here. So slowly and gradually, a lot of objections that were raised by Islamists were started going into my mind. So it started attacking me, although I knew in my heart that I'm not a kind of guy who would accept Islam, but it was certainly with me that maybe Christianity has confusions. So one slowly, and I became a video producer by profession. I was doing lots of TV commercials, short films, dramas, all sorts of things related to media and cinema. So while my journey, I noticed that one guy in Pakistan, his name is Shafiq Kamal. He's an Anglican priest. I saw him debating with Muslims. So when I saw him, I got the idea that I should meet this guy. So since I was raised in amongst the Muslims, and I had all sorts of questions in my mind, so there was many proposals came to me that Amir, you're a nice guy. Why don't you come to Islam? You will have Jannah. You'll have uh, all sorts of benefits. So I met this pastor called Shafiq Kamal. When I met him, I completely become a different guy. And I think this is this is the biggest testimony of my life, although there are many testimonies. But when I met him, I saw that this is something that Christians should be doing. This is something that Christians should be learning in Pakistan. We are living in a non-Christian society. A lot of people, 99 point, 98 point something, here are Muslims. So we are very less space to talk to Christians. So I met this fellow and I started going with the debate to the debates. Slowly, 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 I became what now people called apologist. And I think that meeting with my mentor, meeting with the apologist, he's the first apologist in Pakistan, and he's the one who opened door for dialogues amongst Muslims with the Muslims. So I think this is my testimony that I met him, and meeting with him changed my life. I became from 90% Muslim to 100% Christian. This is the biggest change of my life that took place further. Mm.
That's incredible. That's so great to hear, and thank you for sharing. And so, just so people learn just a little bit more about you, tell us a bit about your immediate family, and maybe what are
Mm.
some things you like to do for fun, hobbies, or what do you do to like rest and relax, or anything like that?
So we have uh, 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 three, the only fun Easter, and occasionally we meet up with our family. You know, in Pakistan, everything is connected with the family. You know, you're meeting with your parents daily. We go there. I don't live with my parents. Our house was very small, so I had to rent another house for my wife. But we go daily, like daily. I really like the food my mother makes. So we always, me and my wife, we go there every day to eat, to have dinner. I love the dishes, the food my mother makes. I think this is the small happiness that we have here. Nothing much further. Other than that, uh, when the holidays of my son is a 5-year-old kid. So when he have holidays from school, we go to certain places like seaside, maybe some a zoo, and that's it. That's it. Not so fun, but simplicity. Yeah.
Hey, I love zoos. I love the seaside. So that sounds wonderful to me, and I'm glad you have a you're close with your family. So thank you for sharing.
Hmm.
Now let's talk a little bit about the situation with the Christian church in Pakistan.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about you mentioned the country being mostly Muslim. So,
Hmm.
what kind of churches are in the country? How active are they? What denominations or branches of Christianity are there? How would you answer
Hmm.
questions?
So there are many branches of Christianity in Pakistan. There are heresies also. I tell you, there Catholicism is the biggest uh, sect of Christianity in Pakistan. So Catholicism is there. Then we have Anglican Church, ARP Church, and we have Pentecostal churches. A lot of Pentecostal churches nowadays in Pakistan. And but the biggest one is the Catholics. So, and other than that, there are few like Jehovah's Witnesses are here in Pakistan, and also Mormons, the Church of Latter-day Saints. They're also uh, here in Pakistan. Quite few branches here. Some Messianics also. The Messianic, when I say Messianic, I call to Judaism, Jews kind of Messianic. They're born in Pakistan, but they don't believe in Christ. They Torah, Hebrew roots, some. So those heresies are a part of our churches. And other than that, the biggest movement of I, the people who are actually doing some, I think they are Anglican Church and then the Pentecostal Church related to Christianity, like seminar, crusades, and all sorts of things.
Hmm. Okay.
Mm.
So wide variety of churches and then some heretical groups, as you mentioned. kind of throughout there as well.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I've asked before about in a prior conversation that I think our listening audience would be very interested in is what is the relationship between Christianity and the churches in Pakistan and the government? Religious freedom, control, persecution. What does that look like in your country?
So I tell you, brother. So we were part of British Raj, the British government before Pakistan, uh, you know, separated from India and became Pakistan. So when Pakistan got its independence in 1947, we were kind of a liberal state, but slowly and gradually Islamization over. And in 1951 or 52, they started calling it constitutionally the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. So, and after 20 years, then they introduced another constitutions that allowed, specified who are Muslims and who are not. And basically, slowly, the freedom of religion freedom started narrowing down. Now, coming to 2025, 2026, uh, we don't have much religious freedom as you have in the West. But we have some kind of liberty. For example, we are doing debates here. We are talking to certain people of group on the religious conversation, not to everybody. People are still very radical. A lot of, even in 2024, there were about a lot of persecution is there, but very few cases of liberty we see in Pakistan. We're still a hardline country. We're still a country that is what they call a rose not to choose. So we are a good, beautiful country, but radicalization has ruined this country, and it's affecting uh, not even Christians. It is also affecting the Muslim uh, who has liberal thoughts also. So there is always something going on in Pakistan. You know, the radical mullahs, they are trying to grab the well-meaning people. They are jamming the traffic. They're protesting against and all sorts of. They are basically terrorizing the society. So well-meaning people, they don't terrorize the nations. They don't do that, but radicalized people do. So we are in a situation where we don't have much liberty, but we have some kind of liberty, some kind of. And the relationship between the Christianity and the government is, whenever the Christmas season comes in, uh, a lot of Muslim clerics, they come on social media, they start targeting Christianity is a pagan religion, Christmas is a pagan uh, festival, and all sorts of attacks on Christianity. And nobody says nothing to them, to those clerics, that why are you talking or spreading hate in Pakistan? Nobody talks about that. But there were some cases reported in Pakistan where people even posted a biblical verse on their social media during their Eid al-Adha season. They got arrested, and even cases of blasphemy got registered on them. So relationship between it feel like Christianity is not a religion that is appreciated here. It's very much is under the eyes of the government. And what are people doing? What are the Christians doing in Pakistan? Although we used to be very well-meaning community here, we started when Pakistan got its independence. The education system was totally run by Pakistan. We were the one run by the Christians. We were the one who were, who opened schools, who opened education in Pakistan. But slowly and gradually, these mullahs took over, and we have nothing left except those some small places in Pakistan. So very weak kind of relations.
Hmm. I appreciate you explaining that and sharing that. Uh, we'll turn now to talk about uh, your wonderful ministry. And I know there are different areas of your ministry. When you reached out and we started talking, you are doing all these wonderful things. And I would love it if you could share the different parts of your ministry with our audience.
So what I do that we are doing in our ministry, we do a lot of evangelism based things. So what happens that when we uh, when we do these things, some of the things that I would not mention here that we do, but we do, like there is a academy that we run. It's called Christian Debate Academy. We are the largest apologetics and oldest ministry in Pakistan since 1990s. We are defending and proclaiming the word of God, the Christianity in Pakistan. We have opened doors for uh, apologetics here, and good people. One of the good scholars of America, Michael Lecona, he's a very good friend of us, and he knows all all the good people like Samuel Green and David Wood and Ed Komazowski. They all know our ministry, what we do here in Pakistan. Mainly, our work is to equip the church to engage in the dialogues with the Islamists. And I tell you one thing, last year Zakir Naik was invited in Pakistan. He was a state guest, and he was in a madrasa where he was preaching, where he was doing his dawah. And during that session, during that lecture, he shoutedly, very loudly said that if any son of a mother who is a Christian in Pakistan can come to me and do a debate, I would be change the Pakistan. Many Christians will come to Islam. So when he said that, our team, since we were the one who are doing debates in Pakistan, so we asked the governor. My mother-in-law, she's very famous human right activist here in Pakistan. Yeah, her name is Ghazala Shafiq. So Ghazala Shafiq asked the governor of our province that this state guest has arrived in Pakistan, and he's openly challenging our community. So, and we want to talk to him. So governor said, okay, you come to that time at governor house and meet him. So our team went to him, and we sat with Zakir Naik face to face, and we said that let's do a debate. Since you have challenged Christian community of Pakistan, we are ready to debate any topic that you think that you can think of, any place, anywhere you like. We are ready. And he started running from our challenge that we have accepted. He said, no, 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 if you gather 20,000 people, then I'll debate. I said, why there is need of 20,000 people? I mean, you challenged in front of 2,000 people. We can arrange 5,000 people. You come, we do the debate. But he's running from it. Later on, we we got an idea that we should be doing something more. So Samuel Green, he's very kind friend to me. He said that, Amir, why don't you guys go to his public session, and since he will be asking questions from the Muslims, so why don't you go on those public mic and confront him? So interestingly, everywhere he went in Pakistan, we sent our apologists there, and they confronted him from those mics, and he literally got confused. He literally felt ashamed, and in his private gathering, one of the Muslim fellow who was very kind enough to say this to us, that in his private gathering he said that Pakistani Christians are not like Indian Christians. They are well aware, and he didn't know that all those people were talking in from the public mic. They were well-trained apologist from CDA. So that's what we are doing here, brother. And by the grace of God, a lot of people have seen the truth, and they have experienced the truth, and that is what is keeping us move. That's what we are doing in short. And there are many, many things that I have told you before. I would not like to mention here in this podcast for certain reasons, you know that.
That's very fair. And so, while I do want to reiterate what he has said, Brother Amir is doing a lot of incredible work in Pakistan. What he's mentioned, and then some things that he can't talk about. But he is being such a blessing where he is. And so just know that. I need to emphasize that. We can't share everything, but he's being
Mm.
faithful to the work. He's being faithful to the ministry. So where it's wonderful to be able to talk with him about these things. And so, what I'll ask is, what does an average week look like for you? Because people might have certain thoughts about what you're doing and what you explained, but
Mm.
what does an average week look like day to day?
Mm. So, since I have told you that we have many parts of ministry. So we run churches, we do apologetics, and other than that, we are doing also human right activities. Also, we are rescuing and sheltering people. So our week is busy in those things. We have uh, very unique churches here for some certain people. We go there and you know do our activities there with them. And other than that, there are many, many uh, inhuman activities that is happening in Pakistan, and we go there. We especially to our Christian brothers and sisters. So we go there, we talk to them. If there are cases that needs assistance, we provide assistance to those families. Basically, one of the biggest part of our ministry is uh, helping the underprivileged Christians who got affected uh, by Islamists. In, for example, my wife runs a shelter of the minor Christians, Christian girls who got converted forcefully, religiously converted, and then victims of forced marriages. So we run a shelter of those girls also. We provide everything that they need, like from educations to all sorts of things. So our week is occupied in those things, from churches to uh, building community. We have also started a very wonderful uh, apologetics and mission course of 2026, and that is currently happening right now. So we go there also every week. Classes are happening, debates are happening, dialogues are happening. Even this Friday there was a debate on the topic of new compilation of the New Testament. So one Muslim brother asked us to explain how the compilation of the New Testament took place, happened. So we had a very good, healthy debate with him. So just these things are happening every week, brother, every week.
All these wonderful things. And so, um, if you are, let's say, a Christian in the West, US,
Mhm.
Europe, or wherever, um, what would your advice be or your wisdom be for us if we would like to pray for y'all, if we would like to support your ministry in various ways? What can we pray for, and how can we serve y'all as you do such great work over in Pakistan?
Brother Nate, the situation is this, that there are a lot of things that I think should be explained to the people, well-meaning people of the West, like you. So I say that we have some kind of motivation in ourselves. to do the evangelism, to do the real work of the Lord here, and we are doing it. So what is happening, that since we are from a land that is not economically stable, and a lot of hardships are there. So I think for the people sitting in the West would be a great opportunity to invest in the church, so that people and community here some kind of have some kind of development in them regarding the Christianity, regarding our holy faith, you know. And is church itself in Pakistan is very weak. It is, I say that it is a toothless tiger. It is a tiger that has no tooth, no teeth. So we are at the weakest point of Christianity in Pakistan. Nobody knows what to do, and seems like there is no end to it. So many heresies as there in within Christianity in Pakistan, and uh, 98% of population here are Muslims, and within those population there are dawa organization that is working on those 1.5% Christians to convert them to Islam. And they have funds. It's their country, and they're getting all sorts of funds and opportunities from their donors. And Christianity doesn't have that much donations, that much, funds to carry on the right work here in Pakistan. And one of the important thing is to uh, join hands in people who are really impacting this land, so, and equip those fellows, those persons, so that they can uh, do a much better work on a big larger scale. For example, our ministry, we are doing whatever we can to preach the word of God here, to do authentic, real evangelism here. Now we don't have funds. We are doing on our own what we can do. Now we have limitations. But if well-meaning people like you, well-meaning people of the West who are privileged, who are living in a better society, they have better opportunities, they join our hands, the impact of those collaborations, the impact of uh, those joining hands would be much larger, and would be much important. And that is the one thing that is lacking. uh, Other parties, they have funds, they are doing using those funds on Christians, but we don't have funds. We are doing by from our pockets, what we do earn from our jobs, what we do earn from our professional things. That is what we are putting in, and that is not small. Pakistan is not a country that there where people are earning so much. It's very less. Maybe I think it's a normal average earning of a fellow in Pakistan would be around I think $3, $3, something like that, 3, 4, $5 a day. So not so much, So we are lacking those funds. That is where we lack resources. We lack knowledge. We know our society. We know what the practice of apologetics should be, very engaging in Pakistan. That we know and that we do, and it's been very fruitful. But it could be very large. It could go on a scale where its impact would be greater. Yeah, this is the thing that you should be praying on. Other than that, I think one prayer point is that please pray for those who come to Christ. Uh, That is a very, very big issue. I won't be talking much about it, but this is a big issue that people should be praying and joining hands in this situation, the very critical point of Christianity in Pakistan.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay, I appreciate that. I appreciate you sharing. And it is you've explained well that if you have 98% Muslim population and their organizations are well funded, they have lots of
Hmm.
resources, they're targeting the, as you put it, the 1.5%, and y'all being in the extreme minority don't have all those same.
Brother Nate, I would like to mention one thing. There is one organization in Pakistan, the Muslim organization, and their name is Hakuku Nas Foundation. What they do, they are the largest Dawa organization in Pakistan. They claim openly, very openly, they claim that they convert 3,000 Christians every year into Islam. They bring 3,000 Christians into Islam. So that is a huge number. Let's say these numbers are a bit exaggerated, but maybe 2,000, maybe 1,500, still a lot. So every year they are putting funds, they are putting their efforts, sources to bring Christian into Islam, and Christianity, it's shrinking. And what happened? One of the things that I think is very important to mention here, a lot of Christians here in Pakistan who got education in Pakistan, who somehow managed to establish themselves in Pakistan, they're no longer in Pakistan. They went abroad, they went to US, they went to Canada, they went to Europe, and what is left in Christianity?
Mm.
Very few, handful of people who are doing the real kind of work. And I don't know whether you would like it or not, but this is the burden of my heart to share this with you, that uh, a lot of missionaries, so-called missionaries, are coming to Pakistan, and they're doing crusades, they're doing all sorts of things, and no benefit is coming out of those crusades. No benefit is coming out of those conferences. Why? Because they're not the people of faith. I mean, when I say faith, they're not the people who are teaching here. They come here, they preach, and they go. Whom do they preach to? The pastors, and those pastors, many of the pastors here in Pakistan, and I think this is the very uh, big statement from my side that will come out. They are not graduated from seminaries, mainly the Pentecostal, in within the Pentecostal circle. So many pastors are not effective in their ministries with respect to evangelism. In evangelism, the real evangelism is not happening on paper, on reports. A lot of Muslims are accepting Christianity on paper. But when it comes to practical evangelism, the real evangelism on this soil, it's very hard. Why? Because the real people who wants to do, who are doing work, they are resourceless. They don't have funds. Those people who are doing crusades and other conferences, and who are attending those conferences, who are attending uh, those crusades, for example, there are some congregations who are going to one crusade, and then after a week or 15 days, a crusade is happening. So that people are going again, and nothing is happening. It's just like going to the church, and church is not teaching you to go and preach, go and talk to the people, go and talk, share the gospel. So we are stuck in that loop in Pakistan. People are coming, they are doing that has nothing to do with the real evangelism. Uh, I think this, please add this point also to pray on.
Mm.
Mm.
So I think what you're describing is something that happens with a lot of mission work. A missionary, maybe short-term mission work, I probably should specify. You come in.
And I tell you one thing, brother, one more thing, brother Nat, sorry to disturb you. So what happened that missionaries are coming to Pakistan. Missionaries, when I say that these crusades people, they're not everybody. I'm not generalizing them, but mostly they're coming, they're doing their work, welfare work they're doing. They call these welfare work mission work. Welfare work is not mission work. There are hundreds of Pakistan Muslim organizations who are doing a welfare work amongst the Hindus, amongst the Christians. So welfare is not some kind of with real evangelism. You do help people, but you help and help becoming their hand, guiding them to truth is also a welfare to humanity, not planting water filter, not doing providing food for one day. That is not going to help. Helping them to bring to the truth is the biggest welfare that one can do. So these, I tell you, this is just a circle that in which these people are roaming around. And when we, the people who are doing the real work, when we see happening in Pakistan, happening in our society, our hearts literally cry. And this is our burden that we have on our heart to this shouldn't be happening. And the good, like-minded, well-meaning people who believe in real apologetics, real evangelism, real mission work should be coming to Pakistan and doing the work that is most needed work here. This field is no small field. This is the biggest field. 98%, 24 crores, millions of people here who are seeking the truth. They want to talk about it, but we lack the well-meaning people. We lack the resources. We lack the fund. So these are the things that should be uh, should be considered to help in Pakistan.
Uh, thank you for sharing. You're exactly right.
Mm.
Uh, so, y'all, as you're listening to this, uh, I don't want to say taking care of physical needs don't matter, but what matters so much more is telling people about Jesus, telling people about the gospel,
Yes.
telling people about the forgiveness of sins that we have in Christ through
Mm.
work on the cross. And so, what you're hearing from Brother Amir is that people are going to Pakistan and they're
Yeah.
taking care of secondary issues and third level issues. What he needs are people who will focus on the work of evangelism, people who will focus on the work of
Mm.
apologetics, because ultimately that's what matters the most is people coming to know Christ. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Mm.
Before we finish this conversation, and you've done such a great job outlining your work and what you do, is there anything else I may have missed? Is there anything else I may not have asked about? Anything else you would like to highlight from your work where you are?
Uh, Brother, I think you have covered pretty much everything. There are many things that I can talk to you off the podcast, but since it would be going public, so there are many things that uh, I won't be able to talk about. But yeah, Pakistan needs good people. Soil is big, very fertile soil in terms of evangelism. When real people comes, there would be fruit coming out of this soil. So I would just on this podcast, I would just ask people who are would be listening to us, that please pray for Pakistan, pray for our people here, especially the well-meaning people who are doing evangelism, who are working in God's vineyard here, and their lives are on risk. because of their work, and we have went through those experiences where our lives were also threatened, and it's no secret, it's all over the internet. And our team had to hide many time in Pakistan, and uh, one of the year in 2023, several of our team member had to flee Pakistan. And why? Because a, a radical Islamist political party in Pakistan, they came after us. And why they came after us? We are not their enemy. We are enemy of something that is not uh, wanting the evangelism happening in Pakistan. So, considering those factors, I think the only thing the people of the West can help in Pakistan to join hands with the well meaning people here and do some real work, some authentic evangelism based work. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
That makes sense. And Brother Amir, thank you for your time. Thank you for just meeting with me to, I know it's through Zoom, but meeting with me to talk about all these things. And we'll continue to talk, you and me, but we'll go ahead and finish the video. But thank you.
Mm. Welcome, welcome. And it was great being with you, brother. Great being with well meaning people like you, brother. God bless you.
God bless you too and your ministry and your family. All right, y'all. Nate Williams, director of the Apologetics Resource Center. Hope you've enjoyed this conversation. It would be a blessing to me if you could like this video or subscribe to the channel or the podcast, no matter depending on which way you're listening to this or watching this. But until next time, y'all, I'll talk with you later.